Hi, this is Kerry Belviso from kerrybelviso.com, and what we're going to be looking at today is doing some EFT, which stands for Emotional Freedom Technique and is otherwise known as tapping. So we use EFT to help to diffuse negative beliefs or negative thoughts. So I use it quite frequently in clinic if clients tell me that they're having a series of negative thoughts or they have negative beliefs about themselves that they just can't seem to shift. So they might say, I'm trying to be positive, but I still keep thinking this or feeling that. And so we'll just really look at what it is that they are feeling. So however it is that you're feeling is completely valid. But sometimes when we get ourselves stuck in a negative loop of thoughts, it can just be a little bit unconstructive and doesn't really help us to move forwards and to do the things that we really want to do. And so with EFT, what we're doing is tapping on particular meridian endpoints whilst we're saying certain statements. And it seems a little bit counterintuitive because we're actually saying the negative of the statement. So for example, if the negative belief is I'm just not good enough, or I just don't feel good enough, then what we're saying in EFT is, even though I feel like I'm just not good enough, I deeply and completely love myself. So it's not quite the same as just saying a positive affirmation. We're actually acknowledging the negative. Now there's a few different parts to this because we're tapping on these meridian endpoints as we're saying it. We're helping to shift the energy and helping to diffuse the stress, and you can actually feel that working. So you can actually, people will often tell me after we've gone through a few rounds of EFT working on their specific negative beliefs or thoughts, they'll say, oh, it feels more spacious, or it just feels lighter. Don't feel so weighed down by all of this negativity. And the other thing that people sometimes tell me is how good it feels to acknowledge how it is that they actually feel. Because sometimes we're feeling a series of different negative things, but we're just fighting it. But we're trying so hard not to feel it that it doesn't actually go anywhere. So we're trying to pretend we don't feel that way, but we still do. And so just by acknowledging it, that helps as well. And the other part of it is that we are saying at the end of the statement, I deeply and completely love myself. So with that, we're addressing one of our biggest fears, one of the biggest universal fears, which is that we're not good enough to be loved, or we don't deserve love. And so by saying, no matter what, like even if all of these things are true, I still deeply and completely love myself, that has a really powerful effect, consciously and subconsciously as well. It's saying, doesn't matter, I still love you. I'm saying this to yourself. So the way you might work with this video, if you'd like to, you might just pausing it now and just writing a list of some of the negative thoughts or beliefs that you currently have. And then you might use those instead of some of the ones that I'm going to suggest. The ones I'm going to suggest are just going to be some different things that come up frequently for clients. They may or may not apply for you. Even if they don't apply or they don't appear to apply, by doing them, sometimes that can shift something that you didn't actually know was there anyway. So there's certainly no harm in just going through the process anyway. And so, we're addressing all of the things that we're kind of negatively saying towards ourselves and saying, even if it's all true, I still deeply and completely love myself. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to start by just tapping on the side of our hands. And so what I'm going to do is say the first part of the statement, and I want you to repeat it. And then I'm going to say, I deeply and completely love myself. And I want you to repeat that as well. Okay, so let's start. Even though I'm not good enough, I deeply and completely love myself. Even though I'm worried that I'm not good enough, I deeply and completely love myself. Even though I might never be successful, I deeply and completely love myself. Even though I might never be successful, I deeply and completely love myself. Tapping between your eyes. Even though I may never get the things that I want in my life, I deeply and completely love myself. Even though I might never get the things I want in my life, I deeply and completely love myself. Tapping the side of your eyes. Even though I'm not sure if I deserve to be happy, I deeply and completely love myself. Even though I don't deserve to be happy, I deeply and completely love myself. Tapping under your eyes. Even though I should love myself more, I deeply and completely love myself. Even though I should love myself more, I deeply and completely love myself. Tapping underneath your nose. Even though I'm not motivated enough, I deeply and completely love myself. Even though I'm not motivated enough, I deeply and completely love myself. Tapping underneath your mouth. Even though I sabotage myself, I deeply and completely love myself. Even though I sabotage myself, I deeply and completely love myself. Tapping just on your collarbones. Even though I should be happier, I deeply and completely love myself. Even though I should be happier, I deeply and completely love myself. Tapping just underneath your chest, just on your bra strap. Even though I should do more, no matter how much I do, it's never enough. I deeply and completely love myself. Even though I should do more, but no matter how much I do, it's never enough. I deeply and completely love myself. Tapping underneath your arm here. Even though I tell myself I'm not smart enough, I'm not clever enough, I'm not pretty enough, I deeply and completely love myself. Even though I tell myself I'm not smart enough, not clever enough, not pretty enough, I deeply and completely love myself. Okay, now just tapping your wrists together and just finish by saying 3 times, so just like this, I deeply and completely love myself. I deeply and completely love myself. I deeply and completely love myself. Okay, taking a deep breath in, breath out. Deep breath in, breathing it out. Breath in and breathing out. And just noticing how that feels for you. And like I said, you can repeat that process with just some of your own negative thoughts or beliefs. Sometimes some of them seem a little bit silly. Just do whatever comes to you. Just do whatever feels right. And then just observe how it is that you feel afterwards and what it is that shifts. And if you liked this video, I'd love it if you'd share it. And I really look forward to hearing what it is that you create for yourself in your life. Thank you.